When the music ceases, Miss Fry, your time is up. And mine begins.
This is a bit awkward, in all honesty, because it just looks like they're jumping around. Maybe that is how you dance back then. Hello guys, and welcome back to some more Assassin's Creed Syndicate. We are now gonna go ahead with the maybe last mission. We're gonna take a look at Starrick. Oh no, careful. Ooh, this is where the fire was, right? Oh, maybe it's not. Let me get past, please. Thank you. Let's probably go over the left side over here. A bit of it. There we go. Would park right there anyway. It's not a good space to park.
Come on. Easy, girl.
Okay, let's go. Probably going to be Jacob who's going to do the assassinating. He's been doing that the whole game. It's about... I think it's weird because Evie is the more stealthy one, right? I just think it's a weird little dynamic. Oh, I don't want to fight. Jacob and Evie must stop Crawford Starrick from attacking the ball, assassinate him, and gain control of the piece of Eden. Then let's do it.
Of course he'd arrive in that.
Miss Fry?
Hand him your weapons. We must enter unarmed.
Wait, you're telling me you can't wear the hidden blade? The hidden blade? No? They have to be wearing the hidden blade. There's no way, right?
You look ravishing, Catherine. I swear you'll never love me.
Not in a million years, William.
So, madam, your cards. I seem to have
Where's my
misplaced
card?
cards.
Go on in,
Men
sir,
are
madam.
Without cards. Dear man, I am soon to become Prime Minister.
What in the blazes is our carriage doing here?
Well, not your carriage anymore.
Did I
That's
hear
funny.
something?
No, just the voices in your own head.
And yet, they are so much more pleasant than yours.
Charming.
Aren't I?
Who do I play as? Evie? Okay. God, the physics really break how that looks. I can only imagine how difficult it is to wear a dress like this. As a guy, I've never really worn a dress, and having to wear one that's like this size, I personally know I would trip all the time.
What about her? She could be Prime Minister.
I shall go and find the piece of Eden.
As you wish. I'm off to meet Freddy.
The plans are located in the white drawing room, which is most likely locked. The captain of the guard will have a key.
Okay. Reach the second floor, steal one of their keys. Just one of their keys? Oh. No, don't kidnap, don't kidnap. Oh, I almost just kidnapped.
Please, don't want to die. Have mercy. You must appear as three touchstones of tolerable state of this city.
I can't move faster than this, by the way. This is how I'm forced to walk.
Is it rubbish to believe that things are fine the way they
I can't climb, right? I'm not allowed to be in here, right?
I can't do this on my own.
Kidnap a guard.
I think I'll take to father like a duck to water.
You are going to escort me.
Oh,
Keep your
no,
mouth
no, it's
closed,
fine.
and this will be over before you know it.
Who are you?
Okay, I did this. Okay, good. Now stay away, please.
Gentle.
What's happening there?
Nothing is happening.
Gentle.
So how do I do this?
The lady is with me.
Much obliged.
Madam? My arm.
Don't say that loud right now.
Gentle.
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 You can still be useful, right?
My arm.
Use the key to enter. Hmm.
My arm.
Hello there.
My arm. My arm.
Needs to be over there. It's not the wrong room. It's even the wrong room. I have to. I can't like hurt anyone, so I'm pretty much forced to.
That hurts.
Rights. The only rights an officer in uniform should abide to
My
is their
arm.
right to honor Queen and country.
Stop complaining about your arm.
And you'll gain the trust and respect
That hurts.
deserves.
These people are pretty.
That hurts.
Oh no.
Gentle.
Stop being loud.
That hurts.
And then here I knock him out.
Gentle.
Well, that worked out okay. I can still do this, right? Yes, you can still pick locks apparently. So there's that, I suppose. My letter. And then we enter.
The plans are somewhere nearby. Now for the vault.
Looks very satisfied. I can't climb out, so I have to walk all the way back again. Maybe I can trap another guard and just let them walk me out. Too bad you can't like parkour like this. Because everything's open as well. Okay, fine. Let's see what I can do. That guy should be possible to just kind of trick.
Got a problem here.
No.
Let's do this the easy way.
Don't mind me. This should work. Okay, it does work. I mean, honestly, if I had known this is something you could do, and just walk into any area in the game, maybe it's only guards this works for, but in any case, this works for any area in the game, I'd probably use this more. If I had known that you could use it like this.
Jacob's most likely off stealing another carriage somewhere, or accidentally
Don't say that
pushing the
loud.
queen down a flight of stairs.
I'm with. There's no one here.
There you are. I have someone I'm simply dying for you to meet. Come with me. Your Majesty, may I
Queen
present Miss
Victoria.
Evie Fry?
You are the one responsible for Mr. Gladstone's mishap.
Your Majesty, I apologize.
The cake is particularly good. Enjoy the ball.
I really must be going.
Miss Fry, may I have this dance?
Oh boy.
Mr. Starrick, you've had your fun. But the game is over.
Listen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Time is a wonderful thing, Miss Fry. It heals all wounds. We may make mistakes while dancing, but the mazurka ends, and then we begin again. Problem is, everyone forgets. They trip on the same mistakes over and over.
People can learn.
Can they? Isn't everyone around you repeating the same steps? But if one man could remember the dance, could know the time, then he could change things for the better.
I have had enough.
This dance is nearly over. Soon, the people will forget the generation on this terrace. The ruin you nearly wrought on London. When the music ceases, Miss Fry, your time is up, and mine begins.
This is a bit awkward, in all honesty, because it just looks like they're jumping around. Maybe that is how you dance back then. Reach Aberlane, okay. Oh, that is Evie dancing, okay. How fun. He can climb, I think. So there's that. Where exactly is he at? I don't see how I couldn't just enter this illegally in an outfit. Like, I really, really don't get how I couldn't just do that.
Freddy.
Starrick peppered the regulars with his own men and took several guards hostage. Your weapons are in there.
Didn't have to put the other outfit on. Still at the party.
Right. I'll kill the imposters and rescue the captives.
How? It's impossible to tell the difference.
Oh, ye of little faith.
He doesn't seem to have been hearing about Eagle Vision, eh? Oh, if I can do it like this, I can just kind of... Throwing knives, very good. Oh. I have time.
Now to find the real royal guards.
Free all of them, got it. Don't have a time limit anymore. That is positive. Oh my goodness. Don't have that, but I do have this. Now, one of them should investigate, right?
We're finished here.
Still wish I could pick up their weapons and use them. But again, Ubisoft seems to be regressing in some things you can do in games, which is weird. Oh, you're down here, okay.
I'll get you out.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's 8 out of 16. Won't let me climb up because of the flowers. Okay, I'll just do it like this then. There we go. This place is way too empty. Can't do it from here. The crawls here. Alright, then we just gotta make sure we kill you. You're really the only one over here?
Hold still for a moment.
You have my thanks. Thanks, mate.
I'm running out of knives. Can I just not do a double assassination here? I can. Okay, got it. Then we just pick this up because I don't know what this is for, but you know, it could be nice, I suppose. Oh crap, all of them saw it.
I'm not interested in wasting my time on you, King Blue.
I think he got sick or something.
I've made a huge mistake. Told you to keep a low profile.
And got
Thank
you.
you all.
Use the rooftop to signal Evie. That's a long song they're playing. But you know, maybe that's good. Kind of nice to hear the music. Alright, just stop here. And I have to go jumping again.
The key to the walls is one must lead with one's right foot.
Oh my goodness.
Everything all right, my dear?
Do you require assistance? I never liked balls.
Huh.
Here, the location of the vault. Go!
Just like that? No plan?
No time for plans. I'll catch up as soon as I'm rid of this infernal contraption.
Okay. Better than nothing. You got kicked in the balls. Like, how is he slide faster? How is he okay after that? Isn't it the first time they actually used the slide? It's funny. Oh no, they're in the vault. I think he has a piece of Eden. Can I not, like... What?
What? What are you doing?
Exploiting. I warned you, my boy. But you do not listen.
Huh?
Requiescat carton pace.
Little throwback. Rescue Jacob. Okay, got it. Yep. Excuse me. Remember, they're using it twice, so they have this mechanic in the game 2 times. That's worth it. You see, now it feels like they're both connected, which is kind of nice.
London will soon be rid of your chaos. This
Can I, like...
was a safe harbor, a light for all.
Please, Evie, you need to... Or whatever.
The shroud was never meant for you! Mr. Sturrock! You forgot to escort me home!
Let me rectify my mistake.
The second time you have someone on throat sling, let me guess, I'm gonna have to play as Jacob to stop him now. The one time where it feels like everything is kind of synchronized between these 2 siblings and it actually matters.
First you will fall. Then I admire you. Come closer, my...
Let's go swap to Evie now. Ah, come on. You could do it better than this, Ubisoft. I mean... Okay. Bit lackluster. Oh god. It's gonna hurt. Does it really have that power? It's a weird power for this thing to have. I can't climb up. Oh no. I need to climb up though. It won't let me. Let me flip and climb up. Oh my god. Everyone loves the Unity parkour system. I really hate it. It just doesn't want to do what you want to do because it uses one button to get up while you run another button. If you want me to like that as an example, like why would you simplify it like that? For reference, to get down you need to hold like press B, and to climb up you need to press A. And there we go. Jesus. We were sliding. How crazy. Why is it swapping like this? Jesus. Oh, I need to... Oh, God. Okay. Finally something more synchronized.
City.
Why is everyone doing that facial expression just standing there?
We have you against the walls, Derek. You're trapped. You're weakening. Derek! Your reign is nearly over.
It has barely begun.
Henry! The shroud will not protect you! Jacob!
Evie! Now!
Shall we?
Let's.
Together!
That has to be the lamest boss fight in Assassin's Creed, I've ever played.
Will perish without me.
You flatter yourself.
I would have created a paradise.
The city belongs to the people. You are but one man.
I am at the very top of the Order.
You were Mr. Starrick.
You were.
Shame we won't be partners anymore.
It's for the best, isn't it?
Are you gonna wear the shroud and run?
You were never really partners, though.
Whatever it gives, it takes from someone else. You'd continue to age without me. You'd become like father.
A fate worse than death.
Will you wear it?
After you sorted out the boroughs, the chaos I caused, I couldn't compete.
Jacob Fry stepping back. Who's blackmailing you? Is it George?
He wouldn't dare. I've missed you.
Me too. Would it be possible to continue where we left off?
I'd love nothing more.
I'm starting to think Father didn't know everything about everything. Henry.
It's a big world out there. With London in the center.
Perhaps not the very center.
I came as soon as I could. Do not worry. I'll head back to the train. Did I jeopardize the mission?
Henry, you saved it. I think you belong in the field with me.
A carriage. Nicely done, Freddy.
Mr. Aberline, please.
Your Majesty.
Miss Fry.
You've met before?
Did I never mention?
Mr. Aberline informs me that you three are responsible for saving my life. Is this true?
It is, Your Majesty.
Evie Fry, step forward. And you?
My brother, ma'am. Jacob Fry. And this is Mr. Henry Green.
Mr. Fry? Mr. Green? Kneel.
And that's when she chops their heads off.
Arise. I invest you all in the Order of the Sacred Garter.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
If you are as adept as Mr. Aberline implies, I may call on you.
Sergeant Aberline tends to exaggerate, Your Majesty.
We shall meet again. And Miss Fry?
Ma'am?
Should you want it, I saved you some cake.
Father would be proud of you.
Dame Evie Fry.
Sir Jacob Fry.
Race you to the train.
You're on.
Now we're gonna talk about how they weren't supposed to be in London. Did the assassins never figure out? Like, you need to answer those questions. What consequence did they get for just doing it themselves? Is there any consequence?
That's it.
Did Henry ever figure it out? Like...
Let's get the Shroud to Dr. Grammatica immediately.
Sigma team beat us here. We're too late.
What do we do?
Killing really is the least productive way to achieve our goals. Kill them all.
Contact!
Cover me! That skinny piece of shit tried to murder me, Berg. I want him to bleed.
Oh, she has a blade on the... Oh, she's dual blading. Okay.
Hold still, goddammit!
No hidden blade.
Only the mission matters!
Understood!
Galena, we need an exit.
You could easily have done that in time.
Secure the vault. Our targets are righteous.
We need to go. Now!
Understood.
The Wilhelm
Get the bloody
scream?
shroud. Stay with me, Bex. Please.
You ever heard the freaking shroud? Oh, never mind, because they can't get it because they ran away with it. Whoops.
Good work in there, Initiate. In time, we will recover the shroud. And hey, we pulled a feed from our bug in Isabel's computer before they shut us out. Playing it now.
Sorry about the mess.
So, how's the Shroud gonna help you create a new clone?
It's not. When the shroud is wrapped around the body, it scans it for damage and then reconstructs it on a cellular level.
You're not making a clone. You're gonna recreate a precursor from scratch.
Bingo! The Phoenix Project timetable just got accelerated big time. I'm going to call Alan Rick and deliver the good news. It's like Christmas!
That I'm making an actual... Okay, that's interesting.
Hello? It's me. Brought the Shroud as you asked, but I'm scared.
Do not fear me. You've done well.
I'm not scared of you. I'm scared for
Juno?
anyone finds out what you've been doing.
You have played your part, my instrument. I will save you. I will save you all.
Probably Juno. The adventure continues. With Derek defeated, the Templars are weakened, but London is not yet free. Conquer all of London's boroughs and spread influence to lead rogues to Chloe. Queen Victoria is seeking the help of the assassins. New memories await. She's seeking the help of the assassins? With what? Okay, I'm just gonna walk over here, see what she wants. I probably won't be doing it. I mean, I guess now is as great a time as any to tell you what I think about the game. This is the worst Assassin's Creed I've ever played. It's not more... Like, it feels as much of an Assassin's Creed game as Black Flag does. See, the thing is, right? In Assassin's Creed, you're supposed to feel part of an order of assassins through the centuries. And the beginning had another assassin, and then the assassins pulled out, and that was interesting. And then they completely abandoned that concept, and you were just hanging out with Henry Green, one assassin in London. Like, and he never even figured out that they weren't supposed to. Again, I'll just talk to her, see what she wants. Again, I'm probably guessing it's not assassin related, since half of this game is not assassin related. So yeah, we'll see. Stop a new Templar faction from bringing dynamite into London. Yeah, I'll just talk about the game a bit here. Okay, so what I'll do right now is I will go ahead and put a graph on the screen. Right, boom, there we go. So this graph shows what I like and dislike about the game. So what do I actually like about the game? This game has style, all right? I love the aesthetic of the 1800s. I love the steam engines. I love the way London looks. I love how the streets look like. I love the time that they have presented here. But then again, that is Ubisoft's strength. So there's nothing surprising in Ubisoft. They are very good at presenting the time in a very good form. I wouldn't say in its purest form, because I'm guessing there are the media that does it better. So in that regard, I think they completely succeeded in recreating London, or at least part of London, in this game from that era. Because you sense it throughout the whole game. And this game just has style. It's probably the most stylish Assassin's Creed that really dives into what it is. Like, you see the outfits, you see the way people act, you see the gangs and everything. It just has so much style to it. It's very stylish. It's a very stylish game. And another thing I really liked is, like I said in the beginning, when you were presented with the assassins, and how they were pulling out of London. I love myself some Assassin's lore. Because I was wondering what happened to London, because it used to be an assassin stronghold, then it was the Templar stronghold, and then the Templars moved to America, and then the assassins sort of took it back. That's all I know, because this game didn't elaborate at all what happened after the assassins got London back, or if they even probably got it back, or if something else stood in the way. There's so many things the game just does not tell you about the story of the assassins, which is the most disappointing. Like, now I'm going into the negative, okay? But let me just finish this thought before I talk about other things. Like, there's so many. The story in the game, it starts out pretty good with Jacob and Evie Fry, right? The personalities shine in the beginning. Evie, the more cautious type who plans ahead. And then Jacob, the more upfront guy who likes to just kind of jump into things. I would argue none of them are smart, but that comes later. And then you kind of get the sense of what kind of people they are and what they try to do, right? And then in the beginning, again, the assassins pull out of London, and you can just kind of sense that things are bad. And then as soon as they decide, hey, let's just catch the train, that's when I started disliking both of them. But yeah, this game lacks a lot of Assassin's Creed for being an Assassin's Creed game, which is a big theme of Ubisoft trying to go with the Assassin's Creed games. Like, they are assassins, sure, you can see that they are trained assassins, you can see that they can climb, but their mentality is not very assassin-like, if that makes sense. Like, whatever branch of assassins these people are part of, they're not part of the ones that we know. Oh, okay, you two guys? Okay. Can you guys do this another place? Like, see, this is what I mean by it has style. Like, it has so much style. But anyway, let me continue my thought. You can sense that both Evie and Jacob have assassin training, but their mental states are like two flippin' rebellious kids. And the worst part about it is, these two kids are super strong, apparently. Think about this. The assassins pulled out of London, these two went into London, and they took over London by themselves. Like, these has to be some of the most powerful assassins in all of Assassin's Creed history, and you never feel like they are. Like, you never feel like Jacob and Evie are that strong. But apparently, they're super good assassins, both of them. And let me, like, leave in the comment section if you really felt they were that strong. Because in the whole game, I just felt their drama. I felt their sibling rivalry, and I felt their stupidity and their egotisticness, or whatever you want to call it, or their big egos. It's just, I felt like the assassin part of being part of something bigger was not present. And when it comes to the real world, I'm gonna try to keep it more short. I don't want to make this into an hour-long thing. But when it comes to the real world stuff, there was a lot of lack of feeling that you're part of the assassins. You're an initiate, which means you're technically part of the assassins. But your job was just go through these memories and help out the assassins, in all honesty. Like, and they missed a perfect opportunity, because as soon as I saw that other character, that other assassin, in the modern world, I was like, why couldn't we have been her? Like, why couldn't we have explored the enemies as her? And been her and go throughout this whole story. Like, I would love that. She seems like a cool character. She fought stuff. She escaped with them. She breached the vault with them to get the cloth and thingy. And yeah, I mean, I would love to play as her instead of, I mean, in case you don't know, a bit of a spoiler for Origins. So skip ahead 10 seconds if you think it's that. But yeah, as Layla, you got to, she wasn't that interesting. She still isn't that interesting. I haven't played Valhalla, so I don't technically know what happens. But as her, you don't really, it's not an interesting character. She's pretty boring. She doesn't technically join the assassins. She just kind of helps out the assassins, from what I understand. At least that's what happens Again, spoiler, skip ahead 10 seconds. In Origins, she joins the assassins sort of as a mercenary working for them until she discovers something else. Like the ending of Assassin's Creed Origins shows it. But yeah, I would love another main character that I can identify with, and a bigger reason to actually break through history. Like, history is cool, but there needs to be this connection to the modern world that is completely just dead ever since Desmond died. There is no higher purpose anymore. There's no big reason for looking through these memories except just finding pieces of Eden. But Desmond you could relate to. Desmond has been through this. Desmond had the bleeding effect. Desmond had all of this and all of that. And they tried to catch it with the other character in the next game. You don't have to skip ahead now. In Origins, they tried to catch it with the new character you play as, where she gets the bleeding effect and learns and feels emotions and stuff. But this game just doesn't do that well, and it doesn't really portray you as an assassin in outside of the Animus. So you're kind of just some random person that the assassins are relying on. At least that's how it feels like to me. So that kind of sucks. Ubisoft are definitely gone steps backwards. I love the array of tools they have though, and I love the customizability, but I don't love the levels they kind of carried over from Unity. And not to hate on the game for this, but a lot of the animations, a lot of the events, a lot of all the stuff that they have made in this game are ported from Unity. The double assassination animations, a lot of the other things, Jacob's running animation, all of those things are ported from Unity to Syndicate and reused, and that is okay if they sold the game a little bit cheaper because of it, you know? And also if the game was actually good. Like, the game is decent, alright? Like, I'm not gonna stand here and say that I didn't enjoy some of it, because I did. But it's not... It just does not feel like an Assassin's Creed game. It feels more like a gang game, and even then it's a pretty poor gang game. Let me give you a great example of what you could do if you made a gang game, okay? So, you know the Nemesis system in Middle-earth Shadow of War? If you don't, look it up right now, and then come back to this video in this moment. Make that for London and the gang wars happening right now. You know, just saying. And then just completely erase all Assassin's Creed things for it. Or about it, because Assassin's Creed... Like, if I called this London Gang Wars or something as a new game franchise, people who doesn't know Assassin's Creed would only know it's Assassin's Creed because of the beginning. Otherwise, it's just people in hoods running around doing gang-related stuff and finding some kind of magical piece of something. And then, of course, there's a hidden blade. There's maybe people know. But besides that, it's like, what is really Assassin's Creed in this? I guess you can climb buildings. You can use the hidden blade. At least it's a one-shot kill. Somehow a knife to the head is not a one-shot kill, but it's just the game being weird. And get rid of freaking health bars. It's stupid. Why have them? Like, people like them, sure, but I hate them, okay? And I'm giving my opinion on the game right now. I hate health bars. I hate UI in my face all the time. I hate it when enemies respawn. I hate it when it takes forever to kill enemies. And I don't actually hate the combat in this game, but again, it does not feel like Assassin's Creed. To make a short description of what I feel about the combat, it is too fast, too punchy. It is too slow. Assassins are about precise hits. And it doesn't feel assassin-like because it doesn't feel precise. Like, it feels like you are trying to knock someone unconscious, not trying to, like, assassinate someone. So the combat is just too fast-paced, too little damage done, and just does not fit an Assassin's Creed game. Unity's combat, in my opinion, is my favorite combat in the series. It was only hurt because of the enemies you fought were level-based. Same with this game, by the way. The combat suffers because the enemies are level-based, so they take way more punches if they're higher level than you. And they die too easily if they're lower level than you. Easy way to erase this is either to remove the level system completely and only have the character have a level system. And then the enemy has a fixed stat, which I would prefer in my opinion. Or make sure that the enemy level scales exactly to your level, so there is some kind of balance there between the player and the enemy, so nothing gets too easy or too hard. There's no option for that, by the way. Oh, and another thing. This game also feels like a port from PlayStation or Xbox, because the options don't really look that familiar to me. Like these are not PC options. It really does not feel like PC options. I never heard of PCSS before. And there is no only MSAA anti-aliasing, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. It feels like this was another PC game made for the consoles. So I mean, I don't really know. And so that's another thing to think about. Some of the last things I want to touch on are, again, fairly positive. I mean, you can also feel that this is kind of them trying to go more RPG because of the perk skill, the perk tree. And I actually like the perk tree. I like when they do this and you can upgrade and evolve your character throughout the game. I do like this. I also like that you can customize your character, although Unity did it better. Like, Unity did it 100% better. This is very limited. This is like a limited version of Unity, sadly. Yeah, Unity certainly did it better. But the style in this game is just impeccable, though. Now, here's my biggest gripe. Your players, both Evie and Jacob, and they're not really that different. They're not different enough to really justify the separation in personality and stuff. Jacob feels a lot like an assassin, but also not. And then you have Evie, who feels like an assassin and shouldn't be able to fight in melee at all, but when she goes into melee, she still owns, and when Jacob is trying to do stealth, he's fine. And I feel like there should be more punishable and like more weaknesses and strengths, or at least a little buff to the weakness and strength there. Because it doesn't feel like they don't feel like they have different strengths and weaknesses, even though it's clearly portrayed in how they are as characters. Like, I could easily do stealth as Jacob, and I could easily do stealth as Evie, and I could easily fight with Evie, and I could easily fight with Jacob. It all depends on the weapon you pick for them, which is a bit funny. So, yeah, and I hated the characters. And the swapping mechanic also makes no sense. Just have it be mission-based and not have them share a perk tree, because even the end mission, you looked at so many black screens, by the way, when they kept swapping, and it was always the same where he grabbed one of them and you had to use the other character to go in there, and then the same thing again. That is the lamest boss fight I've ever had in a video game. I'm pretty sure in ever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only time I really hated a boss in a video game. Like, any other Assassin's Creed game has it a little bit more interesting. But with this game, it's literally just get grabbed, use the other character as a black screen, get grabbed, use the other character as a black screen, and then there's this annoying thingy in the way, which is kind of useless and doesn't add anything either. Yeah, it was a very bad boss fight. Not very good. Not very good at all. And when it comes to the zipline, I actually think it adds something positive to the game. I've heard a lot of negativity around it, and I mean, I suppose I can understand, but if you limit it to something that it conveniences you more than it inconveniences the parkour, then I think it's a nice balance between being able to traverse big distances and also add on to the parkour that already exists. So I don't actually think it's bad. In any way, in any case. So I disagree with people saying that the zipline is bad. The ones who says that are probably people that cannot stop using mechanics that exploit the game. And to you, I feel bad for you, though. That you don't get to experience the game you want because of the mechanics. But ultimately, try to challenge yourself then. Try to say, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this, or I should try limiting it myself, because, yeah. Ultimately, of course, you shouldn't have to limit yourself. Like, I'm not saying that developers don't have blame for this. I am saying that if you really feel like complaining about it, then complain about it and then limit yourself instead of keep abusing it. Because it's important to send a message that is in practice rather than in mouth or shout at them. If they see more people not using the zipline or don't want to use the zipline, they're probably going to limit it in blade testing and stuff like that. So if you can just pass on the message, that's fine. But actually going about it and they're still using the thing just shows that the players want it, but they don't know that they want it. And then they're, of course, going to add it to everything. And then you get this situation where it's faster to go through the game with it, but it also ruins the parkour aspects. Again, I didn't feel like that, but then again, I didn't use it as much. So there's that. Yeah, that's probably most of what I want to say. I mean, there are a lot of bugs. I'm not even going to talk about the bugs. I was stuck in a wall and I had to reload the mission. There were other times when I had to reload the mission too because the mission broke. And there were other things I was allowed to do, like kill a main character, and then he showed up later and was fine. Which technically that should have broken the mission, but it didn't. But it broke my law in any case. So it broke the law of the game, where you kill a character and they suddenly pop up next time. But yeah, my biggest disappointment is the fact that it doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game again. It is Unity did feel like an Assassin's Creed game, funny enough. And this game just doesn't. It's the same. It doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. It feels like a gang war game. Even the Templar bad guy, like Zarek, I know his name, but I don't know his character. Like, is he bad? Is he good? He wanted the best for London, but he also didn't care about other people's lives. Like, he did care enough to make sure that the other lady who was looking for Miss Thorne or whatever her name was actually got pension and could live out happily, even though he was like SHROUD is mine. So he wasn't completely bad. Like, it's so confusing, so very confusing. We didn't get enough story here. It feels like the story is very lacking. It really does. And here are things I would have loved to got to know in this game. One, when and how did the assassins learn that Evie and Jacob were in London? Two, what happens in London after the assassins have taken it back right now? Or are trying to anyway still? Three, do the assassins send reinforcements to London after Jacob and Evie somehow sent a message, after Henry sends a message to the assassins saying London is free? 4, what happens to Jacob and Evie after they have captured London? Are they punished? Are they rewarded? What is up with that? Like, what's going on with Evie and Jacob here? Like, was London freed, or was London taken back again? Another thing I would love to know is what happened to the American Templars at this point in time, right? Because the American Templars must have had some kind of connection to Britain, since Britain was also controlled by the Templars. And I think France was mainly the hub of the assassins at this point in time. So the assassins' strength was mostly in Europe at this point in time, I'm guessing. And maybe the Middle East. Just maybe, I'm not quite sure. So what exactly happened to the assassins after this game? And especially Evie and Jacob, did they get punished? Or are they fine? And how do the Templars react? Because the Templars are more than just London, by the way. The Templars should be all over England as a country, not just the city itself. Again, how did they also not know that Jacob and Evie went to London? They should have known about it from Henry and stuff. Like, none of those answers get answered, the questions get answered, and I really, really, really hate that so much. That the one thing they need to get right in an Assassin's Creed game is the Assassin's Creed lore. They need to expand it, they need to showcase it, they need to make you feel like you're part of it. They just need to make sure that the assassins act like assassins and Templars act like Templars. Or they can swap it around like they did with Rogue, which I actually loved, by the way. The story, not the game itself, it was just a copy of Black Flag. A better copy than of Black Flag. Actually. And then, of course, just make it so the characters are likable. Because I hate Jacob and Evie. People say Evie, from the things I've seen, they say Evie is a good character, and they just hate Jacob, but honestly, both of them suck. Like, they're the worst characters I've ever played as an Assassin's Creed, and they're saying something. I really hated the first Assassin's Creed game. It was Assassin's Creed. It had the identity of Assassin's Creed, and established the identity of Assassin's Creed, right? But I really hated the game, because it felt old, janky, and like it couldn't really hold up on today's standards. About today's standards, someone might disagree with me, but it's fine. Everyone has different tastes. Same with this game, by the way. If you really like this game, you can. No one is stopping you. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not a great game. Not a great game. And I also hate this, by the way. Just gonna show it. I hate this. Also hate that she can go invisible, but I hate that she can use that the hood comes off when she stands up, which is... I modified the files with a mod, by the way. That's why it stays on right now. But the hood goes off when you don't go in sneak mode. When you sneak mode, the hood goes on. Let me toggle it. At least I did that in later games, so I'll commend them for that, I suppose. But yeah. Don't have much more to say. That's pretty much all. Just not a great game. It is a great London 1800 walk around local London game, but the story itself is just all over the place. I love how they're trying to tie it in with the Rooks and the Blighters, which was a real thing, by the way, the gang wars and stuff. But you know, like, I wish they would have done it where they would have made some kind of Assassin's Creed bureau, and then they could recruit potential members from the Rooks, and then those potential members you would go on missions with, and you could call upon them like an Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and then you could just establish the Assassin's Creed Order in London again, because they kind of pulled out, right? Like, that's what I would love anyway. That's what I would have wanted from this. Like, you can still involve the gang stuff, sure. You can still have the stupid fighting, which I still think is not really Assassin's Creed-like, but it makes sense for the time period, I suppose. And you could also make sure that the gangs had more meaning. Like, if the Rooks then start pointing out members and start making members assassins slowly after you see their potential, but then you could feel like you actually are growing the Assassin Order, but they didn't do that. And it just feels like, again, you're Jacob and Evian Green in a city where everyone else is Templar stuff. The last thing I want to mention and talk about, because I think I've already spoken too long, in honesty, I'm sorry. I did not mean to talk this long at all. The last thing I want to mention is the map and the world map and how you interact with missions. It's bad. This feels like a loading screen. Like in between missions, okay? This map feels like a loading screen. It's a beautiful loading screen, but no mission connects to the other mission. It is literally, do this mission, you're now here, now go over to this point, do that mission, go to the next point, do that mission. And it gets old super fast that you swap character, you do the, well, you don't have to swap character, but you can just go to the point, do this mission here, short section mission, alright, now you're done. Now you have to walk to the next point, and then the next point mission done over here. Like, the sections of the missions are so short, and when you do them, you have to walk across the map to the next mission. I mean, not across the map, but you know what I mean. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Then you walk across the map to the next mission, and then you might take over one of the other things. The only things that felt seamlessly fitting into the world are the events that were very repetitive, by the way, which I didn't like. So there's that. I also would have loved to... either don't give me the option to kill the gang leader immediately after having 2 left, or make me take everything over when I kill the gang leader. Because it's stupid that they decided to go, alright, we have the gang leader here, you know, and then the gang leader dies and you still don't own everything. Make it so if you actually want to eliminate the gang leader. Like, make it so if you eliminate the gang leader, instead of them just not participating in the last fight, you don't have to take over the last 2 things in the territory. I think that would add to the game, but it would ruin the playtime of the game, I suppose. So then they can't say it's a long game if that's the case. But it's just I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking half the time when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's just not good. Loved crossing the river here though. It was fun. Cool little thing. Very parkour heavy too. I actually like that. Very nice. But yeah, it does indeed feel like a loading screen. And like this as an example feels like a loading screen, and I wish the missions were more connected, or they took you a bit all over the place instead, because they didn't feel connected. They felt disconnected. It just felt like over here you do this separate thing, then you do this separate thing, and then you do this separate thing. All of them kind of led to the same thing. Like, Jacob prepared for the last mission. All of them still felt like small missions though. They still ended up somehow adding to the big mission. It feels very separated, is what I'm saying, and it doesn't feel like it has the red thread of fate. It doesn't feel like there's a fine line they follow, you know. it doesn't feel like everything is connected like puzzle pieces. It feels like they took one piece of the board, put it on the other side of the board, and then instead of connecting it from one corner, they connected all the puzzle pieces in different areas until they fit together, instead of starting everything together and make it fit seamlessly to give a bigger and better picture. Yeah, that's more or less it. Oh, one compliment though. I love the train thing. I would just wish it was a bit more useful. Because the train is a cool hideout thing. It moves around. It's a freaking train. Okay, that's awesome. I'll give them props for that. The train hideout, a very cool idea, but not expanded on enough. I wish you could build up your train properly, and maybe that minigun you could have added to the train, and then you could like make the train participate and stop in some places and more control over it. It's pretty much just a moving mission center, sadly, but it would be very cool if it played a bigger role, or if you could upgrade it, or if you can leave trains around, or if you can have like an economy with trains where you can travel people around. Like, the train has so much potential, and they just used it as a hideout. Is what I'm saying. So while I give them props for using a train and making it so you can actually go aboard the train and use it and have a few train-related missions, I do think they didn't use it enough, and they didn't expand it enough, and I'm really sad about that. But you know, it happens. It's fine. But yeah, that's about that. That's all I have to say about the game. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, someone at Ubisoft listens, but they won't. But I do hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble about what I like about an Assassin's Creed game. Now, it's probably not this. What the heck? Okay, it's probably not the same as what you would have wanted. It's probably not something you agree with 100%, and that's fine. Everyone has their own views, everyone has their own opinions. Yours matter as much as mine does. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you like, and what do you dislike about Assassin's Creed Syndicate? Do you think it's a perfect game? Do you think, like me, it's the worst Assassin's Creed game ever made? Even though it has a lot of freaking awesome style. Okay, I just gotta say that it has so much style. I also missed an opportunity by not adding Altair's outfit and that kind of stuff. So, same thing with what's his name? Connor. I was about to use his actual. Why are you after me?
Just try to stop me.
Leave me alone. I haven't done anything. Yeah, leave in the comment section what you think about the characters, about the story, if you actually like it a lot. I just like the location. I like the setting of London. I love it, actually. And I wish more games would use this kind of setting and show more of how the 1800s were in different parts of the world. Because I've seen a lot of games in 1700, but in 1800, near the 1900s, I don't see a lot of games. Even 1912 and stuff like that, where the gangs in America are big. There are only a couple of games I know of that are pretty big. I would love to see more of them. I really would. Again, leave what you think in the comment section about anything I've said. Disagree? Do you agree? Do you expand upon what I say? All that kind of stuff. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching though. That's the most important in all honesty. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you in another one of my Let's Plays. I played through a lot of other games besides this one. Different kinds of games too, even stupid ones. So do consider checking them out if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. And as always, stay awesome.